Ben Crump, when the verdict came down, most of us were surprised that she was found guilty. And that's pathetic.
Tom, it's unbelievable. My co-counsels, Darrell Washington, Lee Merritt, and I, we counted the night before how many commentators, how many of these white lawyers who would be saying the totally opposite thing had both of them went into the wrong apartment and killed Amber Guyger. But they all said there is no way you're going to get a murder conviction on this case. In fact, most of them said she was going to walk. So it is so bittersweet this morning that we can come, Tom and Sybil, and talk about how when we have people show up for jury duty, because we have a diverse jury, that we can get equal justice under the law. And what a good feeling it is for the family and for so many others who prayed for justice, Tom and Sybil, prayed that this woman wouldn't get away with this, because what message would they have sent to the world? Where would black people be safe in America from not being killed by police?
Absolutely. It is bittersweet, Ben, and just in terms of the family and Mrs. Jean and her daughter getting on the stand yesterday and proclaiming what a near perfect man Botham Jean was. It was really something. Yeah.
Yeah, he was extraordinary in every way, Tom and Sybil. And he was a near perfect person of color. And it's historic, this victory, because as we believe it is the first time that a white policewoman has been convicted of first-degree murder for killing a black man in America. But even with that said, Tom and Sybil, you shouldn't have to be a near-perfect person for an unarmed person of color to get justice in America.
Yeah. It just, as I was saying to you off the air, all of our lives we've been told that we have to be 2 times, 3 times, 4 times as good as the next guy in order just to stay even, if not to get ahead. And even in death, they had to prove that this young man was, how good he was, in order to continue the fight towards justice in this case.
Okay, Ben, let's talk about that is profound. Let's talk about conviction. And the time that he's going to be, that she's going to get for the murder conviction. How much time can she get? What's the maximum?
She can get up to 99 years in prison, literally. In fact, nobody thinks this is going to happen. They could put in for the death penalty, but because this is Texas, where they kill more people, especially black and brown people, than anywhere else in America. But she can get from 5 years to 99 years. It's all up to the jury, or they can do a downward departure as well, Tom. However, I look at this jury and the composition of this jury, and I believe with the prosecutor bringing out about her Facebook post that it could arguably be considered racist in many regards, that this jury is not going to let these intellectual justifications stop them from returning a verdict that is appropriate in this unjustified killing of this unarmed black man eating ice cream on his couch in his apartment where he had every legal right to be.
With all of your knowledge and all of your background and experience, Ben, what do you think? Because, Roland said 15 years. I have no idea, and this has been a question, Tom, and I'm really glad you're here because Tom got a lot of questions for you, Ben. But in all of your experience, what do you think she will get?
Well, I believe that the jury is very diverse and that it's going to be a lot of opinions back there. Now, they're going to come out. She's going to cry again. They're going to have people talk about how wonderful she is. Mm-hmm. She's still a white woman who is America's sweetheart. So, it would be the direct opposite. Had Botham killed her, nobody would be saying sympathy for him. Right. But they're going to have that. And so it really, you can't predict what the jury is going to do. I believe it's going to be a verdict that is going to be more than what anybody in America thought she would have gotten before this trial started.
Will she stay in prison pending appeal?
She's in jail.
She's in jail
today.
now, yeah.
Judge Tammy Kemp held her without appeal bond. Said, no, you're going to jail like anybody else who kills an unarmed person in America. And so that was some measure of justice when you really think about it, because normally, before when she killed him, she slept in her bed that night. And then you remember, even when they arrested her, they let her go turn herself in another county so she wouldn't have to do the perp walk. And then she got bonded right out within those 2 hours. But today, Amber Guyger is in jail, and black people in America are thinking about Botham Jean in heaven, and we're saying that this should be the turning point in America that make police officers de-escalate before they shoot first and ask questions later when they have encounters with unarmed people of color. This is our fight. We have to keep singing it from the mountaintop that we want the benefit of consideration, the benefit of doubt, and benefit of possibility, too, to every police officer and every judge in America.
All right, Ben Crump. All right.
Ben, come back and talk to us again, please.
History, Sybil.
Thank you.
Talk
about the
Yes, sir.
Amber Guyger case.